Hi, it's Michael, and today I want to thank Rove for sending me their R2-4K dual dash cam. Now this is the front-facing cam. It also comes with a rear-facing camera, which is always going to show you 1080p, but this goes up to 4K, and it is such a feature-packed dash cam. It's unbelievable. For the price, I think it's a fantastic deal, and I have had a lot of dash cams over the years, and Rove has sort of come out of nowhere. They've been growing their presence on the scene, and right now I think it's the best cam you can get for the money. So let me show you all the details, and I'm going to show you lots of footage that you get from the Rove dash cam, and I'm also going to compare it to the R2-4K Pro. This is the R2-4K Dual that I'll primarily be reviewing, but I will be comparing the footage that you get, and it is improved footage that you'll get with this one versus just the Pro. So let's get into it. So I'll be showing you three things here today. I'm only going to get in depth about the camera, but this is the camera. Let's get to that in just a second. But there are also some optional accessories that you can get that'll make your life easier. This is the Rove Ultimate. It's a 3-lead kit, and this gives you the ability to have 24-hour auto-triggering parking monitor in the dash cam. So this is something you can consider getting. It is an option. They also have the CPL filter, the circular polarizing filter. So this will work whether you have the R2-4K, the R2-4K Pro, or the R2-4K Dual. This is just a circular polarizing filter, and that'll fit right on top of the lens, and this lens rotates, so you can tweak it to get rid of glare on your windshield or maybe reflections off the hood of your car, and it works really well, and I'll be demonstrating that in my review. So you can see I have some glare right here, and if I twist the circular polarizing filter, I can eliminate that, or pretty much eliminate it. There it goes. That's pretty cool. Packaging on this is really great. They give you a nice sturdy box, and inside you're going to find everything that you are going to need. One thing I like that they do is they provide this electrostatic film for the sticky mount. Now those sticky mounts, once they get on your windshield, they are very difficult to remove. This makes the whole process really easy. So what you do is you clean the windshield thoroughly, the inside of your windshield, then you apply this electrostatic pad, and then you apply the sticky pad into this area here after you carefully align where this needs to go for the proper camera position. But that makes it so easy to remove that sticky pad from your windshield because it's actually attached to this electrostatic film. So one thing to keep in mind, that makes installation much easier, and it makes the removal much easier. The user guide that they give you is fantastic. It's probably one of the best user guides I've seen in a long time. If you have any questions after reading this, you either really didn't read this carefully enough, or it just must be a really great question. But their customer support is excellent. You can either text them or email them, and it's really great support they give for this camera. Now here is the camera. It's a little bit larger than the R2-4K Pro. It's a little bit wider. It's basically the same height, I believe. And the menu structure is pretty much identical. So if you're familiar with the previous Rove versions, you'll be right at home with this. But you've got your micro SD card slot right over here. It's a 128 gigabyte card that is included with this kit, which is awesome that they give you that. Your power button is over here, and then this is how you get into the menu system. You have two choices of menu. You have the camera menu, and then you have the system menu, and those are in tabs. Then your arrow buttons to move up and down the menu items, the OK button to confirm your choices, and then you've got a switch here where you can push the down arrow, and that'll switch between the front camera view or the rear camera view, what you're going to be seeing on the screen here, and that's great. They also have the emergency lock button here, so if you see something happen and you push that button, it's going to lock that video that's being taken so you can't accidentally delete it. And you've got a mute button here for the speaker. This is the mount. This slides onto the suction cup mount, and that works super well. It also is how you attach the mount, the other mount. This is your rear camera USB-C power port, and then this is for your power to the camera in general right over here. It's also the data port, so you can use a short cable that they provide if you just want to transfer files from the camera to your PC. It works really well. Actually, that's what I do most of the time. It's a little difficult to get the micro SD card out of here, or in for that matter. You either have to have a really long fingernail or use something else to push it in there. It's spring loaded, but you know how that goes. So anyway, in these two boxes, they provide all the cables that you need. They have a very long cable, which will go from your power port or your USB in your car up to the camera. And then they have a 6.5 meter rear camera cable. I can't show you the cable because I've got it in my car already, but I can show you the other cable because I've just used another cable that I had to connect to the camera. Those are the two cables you're going to get. This one here is for the dash cam from your power port or USB port, and this is the shorter data cable that you can use for connecting it to your PC. Then they also provide some alcohol wipes for cleaning the windshield, and then this is the smaller electrostatic mount for putting on your rear window if you want to use the sticky pad for that. They've got this little tool that helps you route your cables, and then these are little cable clips that help you route the cable around your windows. So everything you need is in that box. And then the other box is where you're going to find the rear camera. They've got a fast charger, and then they've got the suction mount, and then they've got the sticky mount. So you have those in this box here. So let's get into the car, and I want to show you the fantastic footage that you get. I have to say right up front, the images that you get at nighttime are just great. This is probably the best quality images that I've seen out of a dash cam, especially for night. The 4K video is also incredible. All right, this is where I mounted the camera, and I just sort of did a down and dirty job of installing the cable. Instead of threading it through all the ways, I just sort of kind of put it underneath the weather stripping and moved it along the edge here. But eventually I will install it in a more secure way. And then let me just show you, the suction. Well, that's unfortunate. The suction unsuctioned itself. All right, this is my down and dirty way. I just sort of tucked the cable along the pillar instead of taking off the pillar and putting it inside. But for now, this will work. And I just wanted to quickly show you the menus. And I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail, but you have two basic menus. You have the video settings and then the system settings. And it's really easy to navigate. Just use the arrow buttons on the remote, and then you use the OK button to select something. So these are the different resolutions that are available. And again, you don't have to really remember these right now because my rest of my video will demonstrate all that. But basically, I leave it in 4K because that's just the best quality. Then this is your loop recording options. I set mine to 5 minutes, but you have several options there. You've got the video recording and the G sensor. You've got all the other options in here, and I'm not going to go through the entire thing, but I'll just quickly flip through here so you can see what we've got here. And then you can turn various things on for the screen if you want to see your speed or your latitude and longitude and that sort of thing. Then in the system settings, this is where you configure your Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi mode, format your card, set the date and time, and all that sort of stuff. So that's about it. Also, if you want to take a look at the rear camera, you just push the down button here, and that switches. Well, I guess we're looking at the front camera now. It was already on the back camera. And the back camera is always going to be 1080p no matter what your front camera is set at. But as you can see, the quality is really good. All right, here is actual footage. I've got the R2-4K Pro on the top half of the screen, the R2-4K Dual at the bottom half of the screen. Notice how more accurate the colors are with the Dual, and you're going to go through all the resolutions, the 4 different resolutions, and also I will do the same for nighttime video. And then finally, I will show you the rear camera and the R2-4K dual front camera simultaneously. I'm not going to talk during the rest of this, so just enjoy. Okay, this is 4K, 30 frames a second. And this is how the recording of my voice is in my car. 2K, 30 frames a second. K 30 frames a second. Full HD 60 frames a second. Full HD 30 frames per second. All right, well, as you notice, I did talk a little bit during that video, and that was because I did want you to hear what the microphone was picking up inside the car. So it's actually picking up voice quite well, so good that I think I'll eventually be using this camera in my car to do vlog while I'm driving. One of the nice features of the suction mount is that you can spin the camera around to point inside the cabin, so I think that's really a nice feature. Now, you're hearing me now, but this is not from the dash cam, all right? I'm just using my AirPods right now. So that's why the quality is a little bit different. But overall, this camera really impresses me, especially the nighttime video, even in complete darkness, except for headlights. It's picking up a lot of detail that I have never seen before in some of the other dash cams I've had. I think the pricing on this is really competitive, and the fact that they give you a 128 gigabyte fast micro SD card is just increasing the value that you get from this dash cam. No complaints really, and hope you found this helpful. It's tough choices out there, but I think Rove is really doing a great job with their product. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope this helps you out in your decision making, and I will catch you the next time. Take care.